Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I am Lamar Haven. Welcome to Breath of Fire 3. Now, we aren't going to jump right in because there's a great deal of things I want to talk about before we start. More than just why are we playing Breath of Fire 3 in the middle of the game. So, Twitch and YouTube have always been very interesting to me. Especially how one approaches playing games on Twitch and how they approach playing games on YouTube. How one plays a game in a non-interactive environment is very different how they do in an interactive one. But I think we should worry about that in a bit, because there's another reason why I want to play Breath of Fire 3, not just the context of Twitch and YouTube, and not just the context of finishing it. You see, we actually are a week off, actually a week past what is actually my 2-year YouTube anniversary. You see, and I've got a bunch of notes here because I wanted to make sure I had a bunch of stuff written down. On June 26th, 2013, I posted my very first YouTube video. It was the start of a Let's Play of Spiral Knights, where I went over the basic mechanics of the game, showed the content and available, and that kind of thing. Since then, I've posted just barely over 500 videos. That is, some of them are announcements, very few percentage of that. Pretty much 95% of those are Let's Plays in various forms. Either cross-posts from Twitch to YouTube, but mostly just videos of Let's Plays. I started out just posting videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I was having a great deal of fun, and I just kept posting more and more. When I started out, I was using crappy headset mic. In fact, I'm wearing the same headset right now, I believe. And I just kind of recorded with whatever was free and available. Actually, I did buy a Fraps. I did buy Fraps, but then after a while, when I found out OBS is actually really good at recording anyway, I just kind of started using OBS to record games too. Especially since I don't think Fraps is supported anymore. But yeah, I got a recording program, Fraps, downloaded a free commentary recorder, which is Audacity, and I still use Audacity actually to this day because it's good for editing your audio. And I just started recording. Just wanted to record whatever games I found fun and whatever games were important to me. So, stuff like Sonic the Hedgehog 3, some of the, well, not the Final Fantasies I left for later, just various games. I've got a huge list that you guys can look at of games that I've played, both on YouTube and Twitch. Speaking of, over the time, I've completed 18 series on YouTube, and more than 11 on Twitch. That's not, the YouTube series isn't including the ones that start on Twitch and then get cross-posted to YouTube. I'm considering those separate. So, in my time, my YouTube channel's always been very interesting. For most folks, whenever I hear them talk about how their YouTube starts, or how their YouTube works, they talk about things like, well, here's the first 24 hours are the biggest time for my views. The first 24 hours are where you get the most information. For me, it's very different. Folks that go through my YouTube are archive crawlers. They like to go through my playlists, and they either binge watch, or they just kind of set them up and watch them in order and over their own time and their own pace. And yes, these are all analytics that YouTube provides, by the way. I'm not trying to be creepy and say, I'm watching you, watch me. No, not at all. But yeah, I average about 1.5 thousand views a week. And 95% or more of those are not from the videos I posted that week. I barely break single digits. My videos, when I first post them, a week into posting them, they barely break single digits ever. So yeah, almost all of it is archive. And the top 3 videos that I've ever posted are the Spiral Knights Battle Sprite update, which was a humongous update to Spiral Knights that made it a lot more fun, but there haven't been too many big updates since then. The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, where I talk about how you build a castle. Apparently that caught on, and a lot of people liked it and liked to use it as a tutorial. That's how you do it. The archive crawl, I'm assuming, is what you're talking about, Death Zero. And my third highest vid is another Spiral Knight video, Dark Harvest. You kind of get in these situations where if one video hits big and starts getting more than 1,000 views on its own, it'll start being suggested by anyone looking for videos that are related to it. So my Spiral Knights videos tend to get way more views than the rest of my videos because one of my videos has more than 1K views, so the rest of them start getting more views. It's a weird cascade effect. YouTube is interesting that way. It's all about how things link together through their search system, really, if you don't have your own fan base, so to speak. Top traffic is almost always playlists. One statistic that really bugs me, that I really hate, but I mean, I don't know how much I can do about it. It's something I need to change and something I need to figure out, but I've got 93% male viewership, which is really weird. When you can't get, if you get over 60% male viewership, or just any single gender viewership, you are probably considered somewhat more, well, 60% maybe. I think that's pretty average. I think for some reason there are just more guys that watch gaming content on YouTube than women, maybe. I don't have data to back that up, but 93% is obviously above and beyond that. That is an obvious targeted issue. So something I'm doing is gendering my videos in a way that I didn't intend. So that's one thing that as I do more YouTube and Twitch content, I really want to work on. I really want to figure out why it's happening like that. If it's a factor of what games I'm choosing, if it's a factor of how my commentary works, if it's just why don't I appeal to female audiences at all, is something I want to really look at. There's a lot of things to be concerned with that, and I really want to try and pick that apart and figure that out. That's something I've known for a while, and I haven't been able to really figure out. As for demographics, though, my largest demographic is actually 25 to 34-year-olds. So my demographic. Apparently, I play a lot of games that people my age played. Who knew? Right? You know? So I appeal to my own demographic, which this is absolutely no surprise and makes a lot of sense. The most viewed country is US, but then quickly followed by Canada and the UK. They're about even, Canada and UK. I have about 30,000 views on YouTube, and 162 people subscribe to my YouTube. I don't have data for Twitch, because I don't think you get to see analytics and stuff unless you're a partner or something. And I've been doing Twitch a lot less time than I've done YouTube. So, you know, just, that's where I get all my information from. But yeah, so why am I talking about all this anniversary stuff in the middle of Breath of Fire 3's little intro video? Well, let's tell a little story about how I handled YouTube. When I began, I mostly did videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I wanted a schedule and I wanted one that made sense and was easy for me to handle. Then I started Let's Playing Ogre Battle 64. This game was long. We're talking like 2 30-minute videos for one mission. This video that series took me 8 months to complete on YouTube. About halfway through, I figured out that, you know, this game is taking so long, I need to do something else. So what I decided to do was to make 5 videos a week. So I started doing Tuesday, Thursday videos. But what series was I going to do? I chose Breath of Fire 3. Now, I mentioned way earlier that the way I handle games on YouTube is different from the way I handle games on Twitch. When I play a game on YouTube, it's usually for a specific reason. I want to show something, either about the story or about the game, either how fun it is or how impactful emotionally it is, or what concepts it introduces that are really interesting, and the concepts it discusses. And I also want a directed experience. So when you play an RPG on YouTube, you have a lot of extra things you need to be concerned about. You have to read a lot of walkthroughs to make sure you're doing things efficiently and you know where everything is and when you need to get it. You tend to cut out extra battles because it's really boring to watch every single random encounter if it's a non-interactive story environment. And 3, you kind of got 100% to a certain degree, where you got to get a lot of the stuff. And the problem is, like, 2 out of 3 of those things aren't my style when I play RPGs. And this is something I discussed really early in my Twitch streaming career, because I was like, well, career in giant quotation marks, because I wanted to play RPGs on Twitch because that's more my style. I don't want to have to go and feel like I have to 100% everything. I don't want to do every single side quest. I don't want to have to worry about the best boss strategy. I want to play just the way I feel like. And with RPGs, that the only way to really do that is on Twitch. If you do that on YouTube, it could make it work, but I couldn't and have fun. So I ended up quitting Breath of Fire 3 on YouTube. I moved on to other games to do on Tuesday, Thursdays. And eventually, I just stopped posting Tuesday, Thursday videos, and I was like, I need to come up with a different way to do this more fun, because I do want to play those RPGs. And that's when I started doing things on Twitch. I realized that there were some games that just worked way better in a streaming environment, and I wanted to play those, but also still show them on YouTube, but demonstrate, go to my stream if you're able to, and we'll have an interactive experience, which will make it better. So that was my goal with coming to Twitch. So now I stream on Twitch Monday through Friday, but I also have Twitch-specific series, where I get to play RPGs blind, my style, and do it exactly the way I want to. So that's sort of how everything has gone up until this point. So that's the way everything is. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have a Twitch-specific series, a YouTube-specific series. Tuesdays, Thursdays, I get to play an RPG of my, or just general game of my choosing that I think works best in an interactive environment, but still have something to post on YouTube on Tuesdays, Thursdays, in case my Monday, Wednesday, Friday show isn't for everybody. And that's just the way everything's gone. So, when I quit Breath of Fire 3, the Let's Play, the playlist and everything has just kind of been sitting on my channel. And I didn't like an incomplete series on my channel. So I figured I could do it here on Twitch, finish it, and what better time than right around my 2nd anniversary of being on YouTube. It just was too serendipitous not to do it. So, we need to go into the game. I'm going to go ahead and load up my save file. I'm not 100% certain where it is. I did watch my last video on YouTube, and I know all the plot and everything. I can recap it very easily, and I'm going to, don't worry. But I need to know exactly where I'm at save point-wise. And I'm not sure if the right memory card is loaded. Nope. Okay. We need to reset and load memory cards. Let's load memory card 1. No? Oh, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I should have prepared that beforehand. I forgot which memory card, quote unquote, I put the game on. Oops. But yeah, I figured that this was a good time to go over, like, all the stuff that I've done on YouTube so far. Well, I mean, go over all the stuff. Hold on. There's something I need to post in chat. And to double check that link works. Boom. Yeah, okay. So, the link I just posted in chat is a link to every game, a list of every game I've played, either on YouTube or Twitch. So, you know, I just finally decided, I made that a while ago and figured it just made sense. Let's see, memory card 1. So this has been my main party, mostly. I didn't really have a main party on my YouTube channel when I did this, because I would rearrange and just use whoever worked and whoever was suggested for boss fights and that kind of thing. Now I'm probably going to come up with a main party, and this one might be it. So why don't we go ahead and talk to everyone while I recap things, so I won't voice what they're saying. I'll give a recap. So the story started with young Lamar, character name is Ryu. He was alone in a forest. After we found out, he turned into a tiny whelp dragon and killed a bunch of miners that disturbed his rest. Alright, so... hold on. Here, we have our buddy, who found us when we were but a naked child, took us in, and Tipo, a friend who we don't get to see anymore, we haven't seen since we were a child, and he took us in and saved us. Gave us food, a place to live, taught us how to steal our own food. Along the way, we met Momo, Nina, and a few other people. Nina is the princess of a kingdom named Windia. She found us, became friends with us, and we've been friends ever since we were children. Our buddy here is a guardian. What we've discovered is that our main character happens to be a member of the dragon race. A race that is understood to be extinct. Way back in a great war, as understood by the world at least, he and the rest of the Guardians killed pretty much every dragon you could think of. It was genocide. And they didn't even fight back, we find out. Gar, the Guardian, who's with us, discovered that after a while he just couldn't do it anymore. Well, nothing new on the message board. This is a fairy ring. I'll discuss that next time we come here. We'll have to come back here eventually. Well, he found out him and the other Guardians had enough second thoughts. They decided that, well, Gar decided to tell us the truth of what happened with the dragons, what happened to our ancestors, and to help us figure out why it happened. Only way to do that? Go find God. That's right, Gar was getting orders from God, as was the other Guardians, to kill all the dragons. So we need to find God's land and speak with them. Just a moment. There we go. So now what we're trying to do is to get on a boat to go to God's land. We have the boat. We just didn't have the means to cross the ocean. But now we should. We recently, in between the last video and this one, apparently this was something I recorded but never finished the video for. We managed to find one of the greatest geniuses of our time, and when it comes to boats, and figure out a way. I missed it! And I overheated. And we found a solution. This boat that we're chasing is the only thing strong enough to be able to get across the sea. Only way to get onto it, though, was to ram ourselves into it. We did it! That was pretty rough. I wonder if everyone's okay. Well, we rammed her at full speed. Maybe you should go check on everyone. You first. That was really something, wasn't it? Boom! Looks like our plan worked, eh? That was a pretty big bump, hey, Lamar? Pico fell right off where he was sitting. Ah, Pico! Oh, Pico's a genetically modified onion, by the way. Sentient onion. Oy vey. Poor Momo. Phew, that woke me up. Actually, it did the exact opposite. Pico fell right on top of me. Momo looks alright as well. we didn't even check on Pico. Usually, the black ships are completely automated. So, if you get on that ship, then it'll take you right to where it came from. The other side. Which was the plan. As that little flashback has just reminded us. So, I think, if we get to the bridge, we should be able to figure out how the automated systems work. Momo here is actually a genius engineer. So, she wants to figure out how the ship works so we can figure out our own way back and forth. We'll have to look for the bridge, which might take a while. But we can always come back here to rest, right? Please choose 3 party members. Well, if we're going somewhere with a lot of machinery, we'll want Momo. Momo's a great healer. Oh, and of course his name is Ray. I forgot to mention that. And Gar is a great tank physical damage dealer, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and look at our equipment and abilities and stuff, since, like I said, it's been a while. The main character is also a healer. Heal, Purify, Rejuvenate, Raise Dead, Remedy, and Vitalize. However, and he even has some pretty good assist magic, so he's actually really good variety, because he can also change into a dragon form. When changing into a dragon form, you combine the genes of multiple dragon genes that you found to create your full form. Skills are skills that you learn from enemies. You observe them and then learn how to use them. These are the ones he has. They're not terribly interesting, but they've got some good situational uses. Momo has heals. She has a lot of assist abilities, including some debuffs and CC controls. Also some buffs, speed and might. And then she has one attack magic, Quake, which is super useful. She also has Sanctuary and Recall, cast a random spell, and spell support magic. That one's pretty useful. It makes her even more useful from a support standpoint. Gar has no healing, no assist, has some attack magic, but they're pathetic. In fact, look how much AP Fire Blast uses, and look how much AP Gar has maximum. Yeah. So, you pretty much only use skills with him. Super Combo, which is really great, can't use. Doesn't have enough AP. If you want to build his AP, you need to use really good master manipulation with him. Masters are characters that you can make yourself. You can you choose a master for a character, and as they level up, they'll gain new extra stats based on that master. Like some will give you more AP but less health, or something like that. Ooh, I like the music. So, unlike my YouTube series, where I did everything by a walkthrough, and I looked very carefully at things, and I wanted to make sure I knew where everything was, and such like that, I'm now playing the way I prefer. Which is essentially blind. That isn't to say I've not played this game before. I've played this game before, it's just been so long I can't remember anything. And I certainly don't remember what I'm supposed to do next. Wow, Frost Strike put her to sleep. I use Double Blow there because those enemies are notoriously evasive and also notoriously low health. So a Double Blow is really useful in that you attack twice and one of the attacks probably will hit. Error in Platform Program number 3. King Toad. As you can see, unlike the other mob, we don't get to see this guy's health bar. In this game, you only see health bar of enemies you've defeated before, or can otherwise identify, I believe? Anyway. Toad thingy must die. Oh, Momo, that's not a good position for Momo. Formations are also extremely important in this game. We actually could have gotten more formations by getting certain masters and leveling up with them. But that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing it on YouTube, because I was like, I don't want to get all the masters, and wow, Momo's already dead. That's not good. Let's fix that, shall we? Alright, well, when someone dies, they revive, but their max health, if they're still dead by the end of the fight at least, their max health is reduced until you rest at an inn, unfortunately. I wonder who the unlucky enemy that Lamar will backhand. That's a good question. Backhand. Attack versus one target. Non-lethal. Yeah, one of the things you had to do to get a certain master in this game was to level up with one of the weakest masters in the game, which I did. Alright, I wanted to change the formation. So, if you go to Tactics and you go to Formation, you can see there's the normal, the attack, and the defense. A lot of people tell me that you want to use defense a lot, because its downside is speed, not attack, so you tend to attack less often. I don't remember if normal defense matters who's in the back row, but I'm going to go ahead and put Gar in the front row just cuz. That's odd. I could have sworn there was a way to move the camera. Maybe not. Platform movement. What? Oh! Okay, left is down left. I mean, L is down left, right, R is up right, F is up left, B is down right. So, basically, if you just angle yourself to look, so that forward is... I'll make the movement in a sec, but yeah, I understand. Back, and then up, and then down. Program 5 activated. Please board the platform. Hey, we got across. Congratulations. Bolt Archer! You know, just to show it off, backhand the Bolt Archer. Yep, just attack it. I think you move the camera with R2 or L2 and the D-pad. Alright, so let me... Holding R1 does that, but R2 and L2 aren't doing anything. I'm going to double check my configuration of my controller. That should be working. I didn't know there was a PSP version. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can move the... I should be able to move the camera. I remember being able to move the camera. See an ID card stuck in the slot. You take it? Yes. You found an ID card. So, I actually don't remember how much further the game is. We may only have 1 or 2 streams of it at most. It'd be nice to get like at least 3 streams out of it. I do have a game planned to play next. However, I'm going to hold off to announce it until certain folks show up in chat that are really excited about the game I'm probably going to play. I wasn't aware there was a PSP version of the game, though, huh? That's the sort of thing that I didn't do, I've never done, actually, very well, is researching which version of a game I should play. That's sort of what is why I ended up playing the PSP version of Final Fantasy IV after already starting an LP of Final Fantasy IV for the SNES. But it was technically Final Fantasy II, but you know what I mean. Oh, hey. Yeah, they only released the PSP version in Europe and Japan. Suikoden 2, Julian SOS, that depends on the viewers. That would be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream. Huh. No, I really can't move the camera, which is weird. That would be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream. It really depends on viewer votes. Ow. My neck really hurts. Okay, so I don't spend any time outside, but my back is to my window, and the light comes in my window in the evenings. So I've actually legitimately got a sunburn on my neck. It sucks, and I hate it. Alright, platform movement, da-da-da. Let's see if I can find any that go down. Right, forward, forward, left, down, up, back, back, right. And this should take us down? Takes us down. Cool, now we're down here. Found Skill Ink. Skill Ink is used to move skills that you've learned from monsters around. It occurs to me I don't think you actually can move the camera around. I've been trying so much and I completely forgot this game is fairly isometric. I know how to feel the sunburns. Here's the thing, Death Zero. I'm extremely pale and tend not to get a lot of sun. In fact, I'm on vitamin supplements for D3, which is the vitamin you're supposed to get from sunlight. And I burn in less than 15 minutes. That's not an exaggeration. I legitimately burn my skin with sunburns in less than 15 minutes. It is real bad. So we're just gonna keep playing with this and figure out which version, which button combination we want. And hello, King Toad is back. Please don't kill Momo. That might kill Momo. Yep. Eat my critical. Oh gosh darn it. One of the problems with Gar is he has a tendency to have very low accuracy. Also, he takes damage every turn because I gave him a really powerful glaive. Yeah, you can only move the angle of the game for a quick look. That's what I thought. Yeah, I remember the game is isometric now. It's not a downside. I'm not trying to complain. Oh god, it's isometric. How primitive. No, not at all. I just forgot. Alright, you know what? Before we move on, I want to go back and rest because poor Momo has like 20% less health and she's already dying a lot. You might notice the levels are a bit inconsistent between characters. That's because of the way I was doing YouTube Let's Play. Like I said, I used a variety of characters. I didn't use like one single group. That means the main character, Ryu, had a tendency to be way stronger than everybody else because you can't remove him from the party. Wah, wah, wah. Alright. Rested. Back in action. I forget, did I go this way already? Well, got into a fight right before I got there. Oh, also, if your formation looks strange because of the way the battle system is, and you just are like, wait a minute, that looks like the attack formation. I had them in normal. Don't worry, they are still in the normal formation. Your formation didn't actually change. They just couldn't fit Momo back there. Oh, hey. Crane operations panel. Main switch is off. Please activate main switch before using crane. Oh, okay. I see what this is. We're going to use the main switch to turn on the crane so we can move the boxes so we can get a path that actually goes across all those boxes like we saw before. Gotcha! Had to wait for everybody to come downstairs so we can get in our fight. With King Toad again! Wait, Momo's still at 71 health. Oh, I guess that didn't count as like an in rest or something. That's lame. I don't know if there's any other way to refill your max health after you've taken enough damage. I mean, after you've died, then. Super lame. We don't even get that much experience from that asshole. Yep. You can tell because her max health is yellow, in case that you didn't notice that before. And yeah, I'm tutorializing a lot of things because it's been a while since I've played. It helps me think about it and helps other folks Alright, we're using program 6. How dare you, sir! Stop dodging! One of Momo's downsides is while she has a more powerful weapon than most casters, it's also low accuracy. But it can do some pretty interesting things. Load the right type of ammunition into it and it can like hit multiple enemies, it has elements, it's really interesting. Down? Damn it. Nope, that didn't do anything. Done that. Let's try program 2. I want to know how you get down that hole that was in front of me right there. I don't think you can, though. Not with any of those programs, anyway. Nope. So I've used 2, 4, 5, and 6. Let's try 1. If none of these work, then we'll just use program 5 again and look around more and see if I missed something. Because that took me pretty much everywhere I could want. Owie! Reprisal! Yes, this game lets you counterattack. Sometimes. Some characters have better reprisal rate than others. I'm sorry, what? Okay. That's a weird movement program. I'll figure it out eventually. I mean, sure, I will. 3 is the only one we haven't used, but I can tell that's not going to work. So let's just use 5 and look around a little more carefully. Alright, through this door first. Double check what's going on in here. Owie! These lucky strikes are actually going to be a problem. And he used the ability to put himself to sleep to heal himself for the very first action of his turn. And yes, that's an ability you can learn. Alright. I'll rejuvenate you. And heal. Nothing! Okay, so we don't need the keycard from there anymore. I mean, we already have the keycard, but I mean, we can't use it there. And get to a fight right before I was about to hit the platform. If you're wondering why Momo, who I told you had low accuracy, managed to keep hitting evasive enemies, that's because I'm pretty sure I gave her an accessory that lets her do that. Yep, Artemis Cap raises 2-hit chance. I was tired of her missing. Alright, so there's probably something in this room I neglected or missed or something. No? Really? This is just where we go after we figure out how to deal with the crane. So it's not up here. Not yet, anyway. Maybe it's outside. Maybe this isn't the only entrance into the inside of the boat. How much damage does that do to Momo? 66! No wonder it kept killing her. That's almost all of her current health. I have to heal after almost every fight. I was kind of doing a low-level run of this game, wasn't I? I mean, I was able to take advantage of every single boss's weakness because of walkthroughs and such, so I guess it makes sense. Alright, so let's go ahead and leave this area entirely and see if there's another way into the boat. If not, then I need to... Actually, I need to get down that hole. That one that I haven't gone down yet. So... which ones allow us to go down? This one, this one. They're the only ones that let us go down. Alright, then I probably missed something over here. If not, then I have one other idea. Can't get down there, so yeah, I can't do anything here. Okay, I have one more idea before we leave this area and say it must be somewhere else in the ship. Every single one of the platforms stop here, don't they? No, there are 3 places for these platforms to stop. If you move it to a different platform, different stop area, using one of the programs, and the other programs change. Congrats, Momo. She gets a ton of intelligence because I have a master that gives her higher intelligence. Right, right, left, forward, back, left. That'll put them exactly where it is. Left, forward, forward, right, back, back, left. That'll put them right back. So let's try this one. Program 3 we haven't actually tried yet, so let's see if that changes when the platform starts. Oh, hey! Congratulations, it was the one you hadn't tried yet, Haven. You're a genius. Super smart. Speed up! Surprise anyone? Yes, I still have the speed up function. I just haven't been using it just yet. Ooh, crane main switch. On. Well, thank you, game. Okay, as long as it's on. Let's head back to the crane. There we go. Oh my! Lots more enemies than I'm used to. Let's just have you attack the King Toad. You quake everyone. Also, I really love Momo's cast animation, in case you couldn't tell. She turned her entire cannon into light. And watch what, if she doesn't get put to sleep... Okay, she didn't get put to sleep. Oh dear, she's going to die from frost breath, though. I neglected to heal her. Oh, Influence. Influence is also an enemy skill. Influence makes weaker-willed enemies focus fire, or confused enemies focus fire. So if you have confusion affecting your allies, and you have command, you can just use command to tell them who to physically attack. Can't tell them to do anything else, but you know. Speaking of confusion, there's Gaara confused. And he killed Momo. Again. Well, I mean, he didn't kill her last time, but look at poor Momo's health now. 64. Oh, and he's still confused. Guess I have to remedy it. I suppose there's... Yeah, I can rest in here. Error in platform program number 3. That was supposed to be your hint to use program number 3, I suppose. Escape or charge. Those are also two functions you can do in battle that I forgot to show. Charge just makes you auto-attack. Alright. Let's use this. Operate with guide. Pressing and holding the X button moves the crane that way. Releasing halts the crane. Pressing and holding X again. I see. Influence also works on Were-Tiger Ray too. Absolutely. Because it's considered a confusion effect. Crane returns after releasing the container. I thought it was giving me a tutorial I didn't have control over, that's why I kind of missed the crate last time. Alright, so we're creating a platform, or a bridge, so to speak. Oopsies, went too far. Darn it. Thank goodness for speed up. Darn it, I missed again. There. Practically. Damn it! What the hell? Come on, work with me here. Alright, one more. And there's one more crate in there. I want to grab it and see what happens. I think it's this area? Nope. A little closer. Wish you had the speed up button for this, yeah. Nope, that's right in the middle. I need to go a little further. Ta! Now what does that do? Oh, it gives me a chest! Well, thank you, Crate! Awfully nice of you. You found protectors. I have no idea what those are. Let's find out. Protectors. It's a shield type item. Resist status change. Certainly replaces a buckler. Sure. And all the crates have been moved back. Flash cells. Those sound like an equipment for Momo. Induces blindness. So, equipment also has weight to it. Weight affects your speed in battle, basically your turn order. And it's something you have to keep track of sometimes if you're actually concerned about that sort of thing. However, if you do like most of the guides I read suggest and just spend all of your time in defensive formation, then you just don't care about weight, and you just equip whatever the heaviest, best equipment is at all times. Okay, so we're down here now. Does that actually mean anything, though? I don't see anything down here. Nope, guess we didn't do anything down there. Why is there a switch? Let's press switch. I have the initiative. Basically just means I get to attack first. Hey! A shortcut! We can now go back and rest and everything if we need to. Also get to this side of the boat, which doesn't actually do anything. For now. Actually, I don't know if it's only for now or if it's for later too. Who knows? We'll find out. Charge. And Momo's dead again. Seriously, game? How much health is she at now? 55. Tell you what, we're leaving. We're gonna go back and rest. Obviously, it's not gonna cure her thing again, so we'll go ahead and switch her out for someone else. If we can't rest up into the point where we can actually cure the hit point loss. Welcome home. How'd it go? Pico, how are you doing? Q. I never thought I'd end up on the other side of the ocean. Well, we aren't there yet. So let's rest, and we'll change party members. Just one more double check to make sure. Yep, 55 health. Switch her out for Nina. Nina is actually an offensive spellcaster. We'll go ahead and look at some of her stats and stuff just to, you know, make sure everybody's on the same page, so to speak. So, Nina's only heal is Drain, which lets her steal hit points, but she can debuff enemies to high hell with Blunt, Weaken, and Slow. And her attack magic is amazing! Cyclone, Frost, Jolt, Simone, and then she has Ice Blast, Typhoon, and Lightning, all AoE attacks. Well, except Ice Blast. But yeah, she also has some skills like Bone Dart, Rest, Purify, so we can cure poison with her. And Kairi, which destroys undead. Super useful. Let's check her under equipment. Magician Rod. Still using a Buckler. Gold Hairpin. We can replace that with a Laurel, so let's do that. Light Clothing. Robe of Wind is much better. Hawk's Ring raises chance of surprise attack, and Wisdom Ring. And in the meantime, Remedy. Guard. I'm gonna go back and save, because I haven't saved in a while and we have been playing for a little bit. Save here. This is a really good party, but it also kind of relegates your main character to being a healer, which is not always the best idea because he also can transform into a dragon, which for several turns makes him your highest damage dealer and makes it so you don't want him to do anything except dealing damage because you're stuck as a dragon for a while. And you want to make sure you use that time as dragon efficiently. I'll demonstrate how the dragon transformation and such work when we're in a fight that kind of requires it. Found ammonia, which revives people from the dead. It's kind of like smelling salts, I believe. Oh, unlike Momo, however, Nina's physical attacks are useless. However, she has just slightly better magic defense. Confused Scars, taken care of. The sleep didn't fix it, I used to cast Remedy. That Ice Breath, man. Breath attacks, by the way, cannot be learned through enemy skills. They tend to be dragon specific, but there are certain enemies that also have learned the ability to use breath attacks. Owie. I hate when my hair keeps getting caught in my headset and all over my face and stuff. Berries! Anything up here? Nope. It's always a good idea to move the camera around because, like I said, if it is an isometric point of view, like in this game, you gotta be careful when they try and trick you by putting stuff in weird locations. It says boost counter. Okay. It's counting our boosts. You're a boost. Base is a boost. Oh my! That's a lot of enemies. Thankfully, we have AoE now. However, that confuses the wrong person, we're screwed. All the sleepy's dead. How to win friends and influence people. Or in this case, command them to commit murder. ID check required to use elevator. Perform ID check. ID 244, 12, 56, 33, 85, 664. Hike! I mean, okay. Ta-da! Good thing we picked up that ID card earlier. Okay, so now we're on the deck of the ship. Let's not do that just yet, because I'm going to go upstairs. See what's up there. Awful lot of monsters for an automated ship. Ice Blast. And there's Ice Breath. Owie! So close to a level Gar. This must be the cockpit. Looks like a control mechanism for the ship. But it's too complicated for Lamar to understand. We need Momo. Shit. Alright, let's keep exploring, and then we'll go back and get Momo and bring her here. But I was right on the money that we'd need Momo. Yep. Not much else to do here. Double check. Make sure. What this game likes to do is hide dragon genes in locations like that, where you just have to move the camera and you'd see them. But they could be right in plain sight otherwise if you ever move the camera. If you could move the camera on your own. Alright, Nina. Lightning. But you're about to find something very interesting about these types of enemies. One, they have a high crit rate. We knew that. They're also kind of assholes, and they like to silence you, which now we can't use Typhoon. But what I was about to demonstrate was that they are extremely resistant to magic. So sometimes you can't kill them with magic. Or at least you can, but it'll take you forever. Alright, no debuffs still. Oh, but Nina's gonna die if we run into another frog. Alright. Down we go. Oopsies. Speed up. I try and only speed up backtracking and stuff like that whenever possible. But sometimes I do abuse the speed up function. Hey, there's a chest there. That took a while. Royal Dagger. These enemies have a tendency to drop some interesting equipment sometimes, too. I don't suppose you can use the Royal Dagger. You can. It's 1 point less, but gives you 2 more agility. But this has a Deadly Blade has a higher critical blow, so we'll keep it. We can definitely use that dagger on someone else, though. Ray can equip them with Skill Ink. Cool. Nina! I hate those enemies just because they're so evasive. You never know how long it's going to take to actually kill them. Alright, so... I'm going to go ahead and give that rare drop to someone else. We're going to rest, we're going to grab Momo, and then we'll head back in. However, it's time for a break. So get up, stretch, whatever you need to do to keep watching comfortably, and I will be right back.